Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Om Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Om Namaste Astu Bhagavan Vishveshwaraya Mahadevaya Trambakaya Tripurantakaya Trikagni Kalaya Kalagni Rudraya Nilakantaya Mrityunjayaya Sarveshwaraya Sada Shivaya Shriman Mahadevaya Namaha. Hari Om. Salutations to all. Welcome to the second day of this Shiva Mantra Meditation, Adhik Maas Sadhana. We saw yesterday about the importance of the form of Bhagwan and that Bhagwan does exist in these specific forms. Now, the form that we have of Bhagwan Shiva, as Puja Gurudev would always say, that every idol represents an ideal. So Hindus are not idol worshippers, they are worshippers of the ideal behind the idol. So there is a significance of every aspect of Bhagwan's form. But we should also remember that just because there is a significance does not mean that the form does not exist and it is created only to internalize the significance. Symbolism is there is no doubt. But that is not to be used to deny the existence of the form or to dismiss the existence of the form, saying that it is only for a vehicle to imbibe the ideal. It does not exist. It is not true. Form exists first. Symbolism is an added benefit. So, Bhagwan's form, and devotees revel in the form of Bhagwan. No doubt Bhagwan is Nirgun Nirakar, Parabrahma. But that very Lord, using the power of Maya, becomes Sagun Sakar. And they are one and the same. We should not think that they are different. In our culture, we have three ways in which Bhagwan appears. Bhagwan is actually. One is Nirgun Nirakar. There is no form, there is no attribute, which is Supreme Brahman, formless consciousness. Second is Sagun Nirakar, with attributes but no form. That is the Shabda Brahma, which is Omkar. Omkar technically does not have a form. It is Rishis, great minds, in whose minds the form also is revealed. Otherwise, Upanishads and Vedas, they don't speak of any form of the Omkar. Then comes Sagun Sakar, with form, with qualities. All the three are one and the same. And it also does not mean that, okay, I am not eligible for the first and the second one. So, I just have to worship the Sagun Sakar and one doesn't have to feel lesser about it. The bhav that we have, the feeling that we have should be that the same Bhagwan is appearing in Sagun Sakar for the joy of the devotees. Bhagwan takes a form for that. Bhagwan even takes avatar for that. To bless the devotees who have been wanting to see the Lord in the form. See, when love is there for Bhagwan, love will manifest in a way where we want to see the beloved. One feels a joy. Union with the beloved in the formless state, absolute truth, is no doubt the final goal, but one also wants to see, wants to have darshan, and that brings a lot of intensity in sadhana also. Single pointedness comes, bhakti comes, vairagya comes, the mind starts reveling in the glories of the nama, rupa, guna, kriya, sambandh, leela, dham, and swarup, 8 aspects. Swarup is Parabrahma Tattva. But the rest of the 7, Nama, the name of Bhagwan, Rupa Bhagwan, actions of Bhagwan, the Leelas of Bhagwan, what is my relationship with Bhagwan? See, one is to choose the form as one's Ishta Devata. This is my favorite form. We call it MPG, my personal God. Ishta Devata. So that of many, many forms of Bhagwan, this is the form which I love the most. Even suppose we say of many forms of the Lord, I love Shivji. In various forms of Shivji, this is a specific form that I love. That also one should choose. Shivji as the Guru Dakshinamurti, Shivji in the meditation posture, Shivji with 5 heads. There are so many different Mrityunjay Bhagwan, Sadashiva Bhagwan, Rudra Bhagwan, Nataraja. So many forms are there. I mean, one can worship different forms, no doubt. It is the same Lord. But if there is one specific form which is chosen, this is my Ishta Devata, and this is the form that I love of the Ishta Devata, every day in the dhyan one uses that and connect to the divine through that. Now, once we choose the form, a sambandh must be built. Sambandh means a relationship. So, what is my predominant attitude towards Bhagavan? One may say, I am a devotee, he is the Lord. One may say that I am a son, he is my father. I am a servant, he is the master. I am a lover, he is the beloved. Different relationships. He is my brother. Anything, whatever you want to. Generally, the emotion that is strongest in us, we use that to channelize. Ramakrishna had a relationship of a child to the mother. Mirabai had a relationship of a lover to the beloved. Sudama had a relationship of a friend. Hanumanji has a relationship of a servant. So, whichever form we choose, the sambandh we have to build with that form and channelize the bhavana. This most important thing in dhyan is bhavana, the feeling. The mind wanders only because the emotion is not engaged, the feeling is not engaged. And if we mechanically chant Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, the feeling, if it is not there, mind will wander. But if the feeling is there, we remember the Lord in a specific form and there is a connection with Bhagwan, and then we speak to Bhagwan, and he's real. That's why yesterday we said it's not some imagination by people. Bhagwan is very real. If this world is relatively real, then Bhagwan definitely is also real to that level. If we don't experience this world at all, we are at absolute level, then form also does not have existence. There is only oneness, non-duality. But we see this body, we see this world. So if Jagat is there and Jiva is there, then Jagadishwar also is there. And as real as these two are, so real is that Lord also. So no doubts one should have. And if one says, no, but we are not able to see the form, all this is Bhagavan only. 1. 2, as the mind becomes more and more purified, one will have darshan also. Just because one is not seeing now doesn't mean one will not. So with that bhav that Bhagavan is real, build the sambandha, communicate to Bhagavan through that sambandha also. And the reply also will come. Bhagavan has 100,000 of ways to reply. Sahasra Shirsha Purusha Sahasraksha Sahasrapa. He has 1,000 heads, he has 1,000 eyes, meaning everything around is the divine. So you will get answers from inside, outside, everywhere. We have to be able to listen. That's all. So now, Nama, Rupa, Guna, Kriya, Leela, Sambandh, Dham, Bhagwan's Dham is Kailash, and Swarupa is his abode. So a form will have all these 7 aspects plus the formless aspect. And the devotee revels in these 7. Each of them are so fantastic. We will do through these uh, remaining 28 days, we will do different aspects of this bhakti sadhana. So today we will speak about the form specifically. So Bhagwan's form is described various ways. One is where we say that Bhagwan is Karpura Gauram. He is having a white complexion. So white, please understand now, don't think that this is something to do with anything to do with the skin color and racism and all that. White symbolizes purity. And Bhagwan is Karpura Gauram. A very interesting one question which was raised was that Bhagwan Shiva is in charge of the destruction aspect of the Trinity. And Vishnu Bhagwan is in charge of the sustenance aspect. But why is Vishnu Bhagwan darker in color, Shyam Rang, and why is Shivji white in color? Karpura Gauram, Karunavataram we say. He is Karpura Gauram. He is like camphor. He is so bright. And Lord Shiva is Shyamavarna. So why is it like that? The Tamoguna is supposed to be dark. Black color is the symbol of our Tamoguna. Now why is Bhagwan Shiva so, luminous and fair? So very interesting answer was given for it by a Mahatma. He said, the Ishtadevata of Bhagwan Shiva is Vishnu, and the Ishtadevata of Bhagwan Vishnu is Shiva. And so what you meditate on, you become that. Shivji meditates on Vishnu Bhagwan, he has become Gauravarna, and Vishnu Bhagwan meditates on Shivji, so he has become Shyamavarna. Shivlinga anyway we meditate upon, that is generally black in color. So either way is one, white or black. But white color is symbol of purity. White color is symbol of Brahman. In what sense? That white light, when it passes through the prism, becomes 9 colors, 7 colors. Same way, one supreme infinite passing through the prism of Maya appears as this whole universe. So Shivji is Brahman, Shivji is the embodiment of purity. So white color, Karpura Gaura. Then we see the shloka that we saw yesterday by Shankaracharya ji. He has written that in the Shiva Pradakshamapana Stotram, the 11th verse, Chandrodbhasita Shekhare. Chandra is there on his forehead. So Chandra is a symbol of the mind. Moon is a symbol of mind. And the moon remains on the forehead of Bhagwan Shiva in the same form. Generally, the waxing and waning of the moon happens. But the moon on the forehead of Bhagwan Shiva, on his jata, remains the same, that it is the moon of the Chaturthi. That moon, crescent moon. So, Chaturthi, again symbol of the 4th state of consciousness, waking, dream, deep sleep. Beyond that is the 4th, which is the base of all the 3, which is Turiya, what we call. So that moon is the symbol of that through the mind we have to transcend the mind, and so the mind must be steady and pure. So white moon, purity, and a steady moon. So we must have subtlety, purity, and single pointedness actually, which is steadiness. So moon is symbol of that. Chandrodbhasita Shekhare, Smarahare, one who is the destroyer of Kamadev. Lust can trouble all of us, and it is one of the last obstacles that one overcomes, because all the senses are involved in that. Not very easy. One has to master so many things. Then one can get mastery over lust. And Shivji is one who burnt Kamdev through his third eye. Meaning the symbolism is that when we, this is the Jnana Chakshu here, Agnya Chakra, Jnana Chakshu here, meaning when we rise above the body identification and we develop intuitive wisdom. That Jnana Chakshu is there in everyone, but we have not opened it. Shivji opens it. So when we develop that intuitive wisdom to understand that I am not the body identification and the Jiva Bhav, these two are the cause for lust to arise. If these two we overcome and intuitively we know I am pure consciousness, I am beyond gender, then what lust will affect me? That clarity, that knowledge will destroy kama. So, Chandrodbhasita Shekhare Smara Hare. Now, why the meaning is important for us? That when we meditate on form of Bhagwan, if we understand this, we are imbibing all these ideals in the mind. It goes deep in the subconscious mind, purifies us. And nowadays they call it as basic mental object retention. It's a neurological term where they will tell you to hold the picture in the mind, maybe a triangle, maybe a circle, maybe a square, and that will have some colors. So say as long as you can hold, you hold that picture, maybe a blue triangle in the mind, and let that triangle not become a square. So there should not be change in shape. The color blue should not become, light blue. So it should not be, the fading should not happen. The boundaries of that triangle should not become hazy. So warping should not happen, changing should not happen, fading should not happen. Just retain that blue triangle as long as you can. That will strengthen the mind. Basic mental object retention, BMOR it is called. That is attention training also, and that is training the mind to hold one object without any distractions. So that will strengthen it. Neurologically also it has a lot of impact. Same and much more complicated is the sadhana that we do. More complicated in the sense, more subtler and deeper is the sadhana of the Sagun Saka. So this form, when we visualize, these deeper ideals, they will go inside. So if there is lust in us, we want to overcome it, then we imbibe this in our mind. So Chandrodbhasita Shekhare Smarahare Gangadhare, Bhagwan has Ganga in his jata. So again, Ganga is a symbol of knowledge of the truth, and the entire Guru Shishya Parampara which has brought this knowledge, like how Akash Ganga came down to the earth, Bhagwan Shiva received it. Bhagirath is the one who did a lot of penance. So Bhagirath is symbolic of each of us as the seeker, and the seeker who intensely wants Brahma Vidya, then Bhagwan comes in the form of a guru, and that knowledge which is incomprehensible, which is what is called as Akasha Ganga, is beyond our perception. The guru is the one who is able to receive that and then release a small streak of it for the benefit of everyone. That is Shivji. So Gangaji is symbol of the Jnana, Atma Jnana, and the Shivji is symbol of Guru Shishya Parampara. And Shivji also, Gangaji also is symbol of service. How Gangaji flows from the Gomukh to the Ganga Sagar, nourishing millions of lives. The gurus in this world, they have done that service by sharing this knowledge. Our Puja Gurudev came down from the mountains inspired by Ganga Devi. And he felt that how Gangaji goes to the plains, I must take this knowledge to the masses. And generously he gave knowledge to everyone for 42 years. So Gangaji is symbol of Seva, she is symbol of Jnana, symbol of the Parampara. So we pray that Bhagwan please manifest in our life as the Guru and guide us. The Guru gives the knowledge as per the level of the disciple and helps the disciple to evolve and then realize the truth. So, Chandrodbhasita Shekhare Smara Hare Gangadhare Shankare Sarpair Bhushita Kantha Karna Vivare. There are snakes on his neck and even in his ears. The snake represents time, one who is beyond time. That is one beautiful meaning of snake, that one who is immortal. The snake does not affect Bhagwan. Otherwise, snake is poisonous. One is scared. The Lord has mastered, so he is beyond time. So Kala is called as Sarpa. So Kala Sarpa is one expression which is there in our scriptures. The snake of time comes and bites everybody and one has to drop the body. One who is Mrityunjaya. So the snake is there as it is, as an ornament on his neck. Gurudev would say that snake also is a symbol of the mind which is purified, which is not vicious. Otherwise, the mind which is vicious will bite us, it will hurt us, harm us. How strange is that? We destroy ourselves only. We do things to make ourselves unhappy, miserable, destroy ourselves. So many self-destructive tendencies we have. Because enough self-love is not there, enough inspiration is not there, bhakti is not there, then few things happen in life and then we get into the self-destructive habits. And knowingly also, and sometimes attachments, addictions, all that leads to this. The mind which is not like that, the mind which is turned outward is not biting the person, but the mind is turned outward and is engaged in service, is steady. Chandrodbhasita Shekhare Smara Hare Gangadhare Shankare Sarpair Bhushita Kantha Karna Vivare Netrotha Vaishwanare. From his third eye, the Agni comes, Vaishwanar Agni. That's the fire of knowledge and detachment. Generally, we say third eye of Bhagwan, he opens and he will burn the world. But the fact is, he doesn't burn the world, he burns the worldliness in us, the attachments in us, the ignorance in us, the impurities in us. Netrotha Vaishwanare. Dantitva Krita Sundarambaradhare. One who has worn the garment made from the elephant skin. Danti Twak means skin. So Danti Twak is the skin of the elephant. Some places you will see tiger skin around Bhagwan's waist. Sometimes it is elephant skin. So elephant in this context is a symbol of great power and pride. Those of you who know the story of this, the rishis of Daruka one, they were very attached to rituals and they said rituals are the supreme and karma when we do, rituals when we do, we please the devatas, we get the results. There is nothing greater than that, there is no God, and they went into that mode. Bhagwan out of his compassion wanted to teach them a lesson, so he came in the form of a bhikshu and he went into the Daruka one and he went for Bhikshatan. And the wives of these rishis, they were very fascinated by this bhikshu and they started walking behind him. The husbands there, they are doing the rituals in the Yajnashala and Bhagwan comes there in the Mohini avatar. Now looking at Bhagwan in the Mohini avatar, they are fascinated by her and they go. Suddenly Mohini disappears. Then we realize that this bhikshu is the result of, is the cause of all this. Our wives have gone there and we also left our yajna. The yajna was left unfinished. What is all this? They got very angry and they attacked the Lord who is a bhikshu. In that attack, they tried different things to destroy Bhagwan. One of the things they did was they created out of their siddhis. They have great siddhis and powers. So they created a tiger and they sent the tiger to kill the Lord. Bhagwan killed the tiger, made took the skin and wrapped it around his waist. put it on his shoulder. Then they took an elephant and threw the elephant. So that elephant also Bhagwan killed. And that Gaja Charma he wrapped around his waist. So out of the power, the elephant there is symbol of great power and pride of this Darukavan rishis. They threw a deer at him. Bhagwan didn't kill the deer, he just held. So if you see in the hands of Bhagwan, one of the hands, there will be a deer. Again, the deer is symbol of the restlessness of the mind. So different things happened. Finally, their pride was humbled and Bhagwan gave them Brahmagyan. And they realized their mistake. They sought forgiveness and they were very overwhelmed that out of compassion, Bhagwan came to destroy their pride. They didn't even ask for it. But that is a compassion of Bhagwan, uncaused compassion. So, elephant, Dantitva Krita Sundaram Bharadhare. We pray to Bhagwan that, oh Lord, you please destroy the pride in us, the ego in us, the intoxication, the mother of having some great achievement or power or position. We are humble servants of Bhagwan. So, Dantitva Krita Sundaram Bharadhare. And this elephant skin is called a very great clothing that he has, Sundarambara. Trailokya Sare Hare is the sar of the entire three worlds. The changeless pure consciousness, that is the only sara in this world. Everything else is changing, it is asara. In this samsara, no sara at all. Trailokya Sare Hare. Now what is our prayer as seekers? Do we want artha, kama, dharma? Nothing wrong in asking Bhagwan any of these. Wealth one wants, position one wants, some prosperity, some fame, anything, enjoyment, artha, kama, steadfastness in values, in duties, dharma. But what is the seeker asking? Mokshartham kuru chitta vrittim. Please make my mind completely desire only moksha. There should not be a split in our mind. As of now, it is not moksha alone. It is moksha also. I want wealth also, power also, beauty also, glory also, and achievement also, and relationships also, and many things. And I want moksha also. He says, Mokshartham kuru chitta vrittim akhilam. All the thoughts of mind must be oriented that I want moksha. Why? Because one has understood that there is no sara in this world. The dream world is illusory, however glorious it appears to be. When one wakes up and realizes, array, it was illusion, it is not real. So through Vivek, one has understood there is no sara here. The truth is infinite consciousness alone, which is appearing as all this. And why play with this illusion? One has played enough. So the seeker says, Mokshartham kuru chitta vrittim akhilam. If you want to pray for anything else, that you can pray. Each one has their own desires and nothing wrong with any of that. But here the shloka says, oh Bhagwan, please make my mind want moksha alone. All time is taken in our sadhana because we want more than one thing and we want contrary things. That is a problem. Moksha requires us to rise above body identification, enjoyment, etc. requires us to identify with the body. So they are contrary things. So they can't go together. We can do seva, we can do purification of mind through karma yoga, bhavana, etc. And that is a means to liberation only. But those are preparation. They will not take us in opposite direction. But attachments, aversions, bhoga vritti, tamo guna, these are all things which will take us opposite direction. So sadhana is to ensure the integration happens and this disintegration is removed. So that is a prayer that Bhagwan, let my mind be integrated and seek moksha in and through everything that I am doing. My focus should be, is this helping me to attain moksha or not? Is it purifying my mind or not? Is it making me more selfless or not? Am I becoming more devoted to Bhagwan or not? Is it increasing my humility or not? Mokshartham kuru chitta vrittim akhilam. And he says, Anya is to kim karma bhihi. What else will anything else give me? any amount of karma we do, any amount of actions we do, it will give limited result only. And I'm not interested in that. What do I want? I want experience of oneness with the divine. Now, this is the shloka. So today we will follow those steps that we learned yesterday and use this in our invocation. Yesterday we did up to invoking the Guru, getting the grace and blessings of the Guru, and then we proceed further today.